I think we're ready. Got to make sure all my screens are up. There we go. All right. Oh, hey, that should be oriented more that way. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? We are just getting started. I am wearing the coif that I finished last night. I did not stream last night. I had worked on this like all day and finally got it done. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not working on anything else tonight. And I took a break. My back was killing me. It's killing me now. I've only been down here for 3 hours at this point. So, oh, you know what? I meant to grab an example of what I'm trying to make here. Let me go do that. Well, we can do that in a minute. But I'm going to take this 1-inch stainless steel ball bearing and wrap it like so. And there's a little trick you can do to make it sit nice and tight in there. And then I have, how many do I have of these? I used 22. And I bought 40. So I have 18 left. I don't intend on making little Monkey Paw paperweights out of all of them, but we'll do one at least, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of them. So, how's everyone's weekend? You guys ready to go back to work tomorrow? I'm not. I don't want to. I'm not back into this whole working full-time thing. It doesn't thrill me. That's okay. I've only got to do it for a couple years. If I can get some... So I've got some debt that I have to get cleared away, and then I need to do some stuff to the house. And then maybe I'll consider re-retiring after that and focusing solely on making chainmail. So the first 6 weeks of a 5-year journey has elapsed, basically. Now to do the rest of it. It's always harder to get started, I guess, but I'm working. I have a job. I was hoping that my business would take off and I wouldn't have to go back to work, but I don't know. Maybe it will. We'll see what happens. All right. So next week is Thanksgiving. I won't be streaming Thanksgiving Day. It's like, just, you know, enjoy your holiday. And I have to work on Friday, so I'm not going to be here for that. Other than that, you know, normal schedule broadcast. Excuse me. Planned for this week. Hopefully we can hit every day. It's kind of been... It's a balancing act between working full-time, getting my kid back and forth to basketball, and then trying to find time to stream and make stuff. So... Alright. Let me run and grab the monkey paws that I have made so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Hang on just a second. Alright, so a monkey paw is a knot that you make with like cord and whatnot, right? I just happened to do mine using chainmail, and it came out pretty good. I like them. Focus. There you go. This was like the first one I did. A friend of mine sent me these 1 1/4 inch diameter glass marbles, and I was like, I don't know what to do with them, so I wrapped them in chainmail. Great talent and cool art you have there. Thank you, Eric. How you doing? I like it. It's like, professionally, I am good at my job. Right? I've been a nurse for 20 years. And outside of that, I'm not good at much else but chainmail. It's the only thing I've had a natural inclination for. Can't paint, won't paint. It's like, I will hire someone else to paint my house, inside or whatever. Wish you could do some of the things that you are. If you have any dexterity with some pliers, it's harder. It's easier than it looks, and it's not too difficult to get into. And it's a fun hobby. You can make all kinds of cool stuff with it. But like, I don't have an inclination for leather work. I do it because it coincides with chainmail a lot, but I'm not good at it. Just opening and closing rings after they're woven into place seems to be like the one thing that my brain can wrap itself around, you know. So. Come on. And I suppose after doing this for 28 years, I would eventually, be okay at it. Alright, this coif is 7 pounds. And after sitting down here working on it, I'm feeling, or after sitting down here working, right, for 3 hours already, I'm already starting to feel it in my neck. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue to wear this. It's like, if I was fresh in the day, actually, you know what we can do? Hang on, I don't want to scratch my glasses. Boom, there you go. There. Now it's more on my shoulders. Just chilling at my computer after a hard battle. But yeah, chainmails, it's not hard to get into. I mean, you can get in with bare bones tools, and then the expense goes upwards from there, and you can make it pretty much as nice as you like. I started out with some pliers from my grandpa's junk drawer, one of which I still have and still use, and some lineman's wire. Well, I call it lineman's wire. It was like 14 gauge wire on a spool, a giant spool in my grandpa's backyard. Why did he have it? I don't know. He was a lineman when he was younger. That was long before I was born. So he had this giant spool of wire and pallets. Lots and lots of pallets in his backyard. So much, like, he had so many pallets that my father had to go in and like clear all the pallets out, and he just took them down to his house. So then my dad's house was covered in all these pallets, and they like to use them for their wood stoves, which is why they have them. But, you know, whenever I go home, I got this inheritance of large piles of pallets that haven't been cut up for firewood yet. My brother and sisters and I were talking. It's like, what are we going to do with my father's property when he passes? And it's like, my little brother wants to hold on to it and just pile up a bunch of pallets all over the property. And just keep it original. Keep it as it is now. He's joking, but it was funny. Oh, don't want to slip. So, I gotta check my schedule. I don't know what days are basketball practice for my kid. I think it's just Saturday morning. I could be wrong. Saturday morning practices for a 5th grader suck. It's like, I want to be the supportive parent and make sure that he gets to enjoy sports at his school and everything, but also it's like Saturday morning. I don't want to be down at the school that I drive to the other 5 days of the week to drop him off. And then also go on Saturday. But it's a short period of time. Should be fine. It's temporary. It's what I have to keep telling myself. Like, be a good dad and take him to his practices, and he'll get a benefit out of it. It's like, we went to his game the other night, and I was kind of irritated. He played like 10 seconds, right? It's a 5th and 6th grade team. And I was hoping, like, when he gets out of practice, like, he's tired. He doesn't mouth off. He listens real well. I love it. Like, yes, go to practice. Get yourself tired and worn out. He doesn't have the energy to fight. So I was hoping that he would play more during his game. But he didn't. He was still fresh by the time they were done, because he was only playing for... He was a bench warmer, which is fine. It's a sport he's never played before. We don't have a basketball hoop at home for him to practice on. And our driveway is slanted, so it's not like we can add one. It's like, there might be a spot to put... I would have to go and lay blacktop down and build a court in the backyard and put up a hoop back there for him. But we'll see. If he keeps up with basketball, for a couple of years, then maybe, right? But for right now, it's just go try it out, see if you like it, and if you keep doing it every year, then we'll make further investments. All right. So this little project, I got two projects that I know I'm going to do on the desk already. And then I've got these are like excess rings I have laying around that I've got to figure out what to do with. I don't know. I just have them sitting here right now. They might get moved. We'll see what happens. But we're working our way through the pile of rings that I accumulated, and everything is getting made into something. So, the bill of my hat is blocking my overhead light. Excuse me. Alright. So, this is Interwoven 4-in-1 is the name of the weave I'm using. I'll show you a good example of it right here. I made a bracelet out of it. Right? So I've got to make 3 bands. I've got 2 of them done. Almost 3. And then we're going to wrap it around this ball bearing here. Similar to this, right? Turn it into a paperweight, basically. But come on. These rings are supposed to be 20 gauge 1/8, but they're slightly larger, and I can't get more of them. So I was like, let me use them up somehow, some way. And a monkey fist is kind of perfect for the number of rings I have. So, I don't know, we'll see. You so want to be adorned in scale mail now, so you will have to learn. Oh, yeah. I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. They posted you in their picture to their Facebook page. AC5. I follow them on Facebook. I was scrolling along and I was like, hey, wait, I've seen that picture before. How are you tonight, Amber? All right, come on. Yeah, scale mail's, it's cool looking, and people do a lot of cool stuff with it. I have some scales. I have some ideas of what I'm going to do with them. And the reality is that I'm not a fan. It's like being creative with scale mail is not my forte. I'm not good at it. Yeah, I could practice and get better, I suppose, but I'm completely unmotivated to do that. So the thing with scale mail is that the weave that you use to make it is just European 4-in-1. Right? And that's fine. Okay. But I am much more interested in learning different weaves and applying them in different ways. So doing European 4-in-1 over and over and over again, even if I have like a cool scale pattern that I'm making and the result is really cool in the end, is just like, ugh, I don't want to do it. So we'll see if I change my mind. I have some scales that I'll be putting together at some point. All right. We have our 3 bands. They're roughly the same length. We need to determine how much longer we need to make them, and then connect the ends of 2 of them. Come on. Two or 3. Start with trying to figure out how many more to add. I think 3 is what it's gonna end up being. We'll try it with 2. If I can get it with 2, that should keep it nice and tight. Okay. Come on. Why'd you go and do that? Alright, so anyway. Did you buy anything while you were there, Amber? Or were you just trying stuff on? There's not a lot of all right, scale mail suffers from the same problem that chainmail does, right? Like, it looks really cool when you have colored scales, okay? It looks really cool when you have chainmail that has color to it, right? Unless you're using a base metal like brass, bronze, or copper that'll tarnish relatively easily. You'll be using like anodized aluminum or titanium or a material where the color rubs off. And it's not like for chainmail and for scale mail, I'm 100% okay with using that for static pieces, you know, like inlays and sculptures and whatnot. Not okay so much as putting in the effort to make a whole scale mail piece, you know. Not that people wear these things every day, and not that the color fades out like overnight or anything. Just, it's like, when I put something together, my goal is that provided that it is taken care of, it should last several hundred years, you know? So something that has color on it that fades, well, it's like, I don't want to put the energy into it. I think you're just being tagged by a spam bot. Wearing the scale mail was your favorite part? Right on. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to wear armor. That's why my motorcycle vest is covered in chainmail. And why my saddlebags have chainmail on them. And why I have a chainmail wallet chain and chainmail belts. Because it's fun to wear. Oh, come on. Hold still. I think that's going to work out. I need to connect these ends. All right, Mac, how you doing? You love your leather that you make, but scale mail was so much lighter and breathable. Oh, nice. Before I do this, I want to do something smart. Excuse me. I'm going to make all of these the same length. All right. Mac, what are you up to tonight? And Amber, I didn't know you did leather stuff. What do you make? So many crafty people. There is a class or course instruction, video instruction on making leather armor. And I think it's called the Prince Armory. Excuse me. They make really cool leather armor, and you can buy their course and get their patterns and make your own stuff. Pretty sure they're still doing it. It's like, I would like to do that at some point, but I have not had the time. Doing red, purple, and black. What are you making? Come on. Oh, you're making a hacky sack? Right on. It's like I've made a lot of chainmail spherical objects. Right. But I've never made a hacky sack. I have some stuffing for it. Stuff that would work for stuffing. How much do I have? These are like aluminum punch waste pellets. Right? A friend of mine gave these to me. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They might go well in a hacky sack. You don't know why your other comment didn't go through? Probably because you have a potty mouth and you use a swear word. You just put... Oh, you just put a bunch more rings inside? That makes sense. Did you say a swear? So I've got some juggling balls with glow-in-the-dark BBs inside them. Those are cool. What else have I got? I don't know. I do have one hacky sack looking deal that it's filled with stainless steel ball bearings. Yeah, it keeps it fluid like sand. Come on. Trying to think if I've ever used rings to fill a sphere. I don't think I have. So I have one that stands on its own. It's not exceptionally cool. Someone makes these like big Japanese balls. And they're really cool. Takes away any bounces too, like the kind that of mallet. Takes away any bounces too, like that kind of mallet we can't mention. What is a mallet we can't mention? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so I'm going to make these exactly similar so that I don't have any problems connecting them. Ah, come on. Oh, you know what? I think I know what you're talking about. Oh, I know what kind of mallet you're talking about. Which is funny that you can't use that term. There's nothing wrong with that term. But if you say it, you'll get your live privileges revoked or something dumb. Okay. Oh. Okay, well that was dumb. Alright. Derp, 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 derp. Okay, I'm making them as similar as possible so that when I size them next to each other, they match and everything fits and it's all good to go. Okay. That way, hopefully connecting each band will be very easy. Okay. Come on, go in your home. Goodness. All right, where are we at? Yes, we already had a bot. We already had a bot. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay. Oh, what was that? Hang on. Thank you for the dinos. Appreciate you. Impressive mail you're wearing. Assume you made it yourself. You would be assuming correctly. How are you doing tonight? It was a fun piece I finished up yesterday. I'm glad it's done. I'm tired of this thing. I was just tired of working on it. You're good? How many hours you... There's about 15,000 rings in it if I did my math correctly. So, it took, what do you call it? It took over 100 hours to make. But I had portions of it made already. How many coins do you need to cash out? I have no idea. Full body's about 200,000. I believe it. You could do 200,000 for like chosses and a hauberk and a coif. Okay. Thank you. So I've been doing this for like 28 years at this point. So done a lot of different things. My biggest project to date is a 30-pound chainmail cube. And that has 42,000 rings in it. So that was a fun project. There is a for that project it needs a triangular base is what it needs. So that a corner of the cube can rest in the triangular base. I'm trying to... There's a guy that does this... I don't know what you call it. It's some kind of CNC lathe machine that he does these really cool wood carvings on. And I follow him, and he made a sculpture that would have worked for the display for the cube really well, right? But it's not available on his website, and I haven't seen him make a new one. And also, I don't know how he'd feel about his wooden sculpture being used as a display base for another piece of art. You know what I mean? And it's a really cool piece of wood, so it's a really cool carving. I wouldn't want to insult the guy, you know what I mean? Alright, where are we at? Are we matched up? Yes, we are. Alright, gotta get this one. To the same size. And then we'll start connecting them and trying to put them into place. So, the hardest part is going to be connecting these. I think I've got them to the right size where these three bands should wrap around each other fairly easily. It's just going to be connecting them. And, okay, making chainmail, chain or sheet or thank you for the heart, appreciate you. Or three-dimensional object, like connecting the end of one to the beginning of another is almost always a pain in the butt. Almost always. So oh crap, it's 8:45 already? Dang. It will, hopefully it doesn't take the full hour between 9 and 10 to connect these three. It might, just because it's a pain, but two of them should be fairly smooth. Alright, has anybody watched the 3-body problem? It's like I heard people talking about it a while ago, and then Renee started watching it. I have not seen an episode, but I get updates. I make it look easy because of how skilled I am. I mean, 28 years of practice, I suppose I've done, I've gotten okay. You've seen 3-body problem? Renee was watching it and telling me all about it. I'm not one to sit and watch shows, especially ones with subtitles in them. No, not yet. She seems to like it so far. I don't... I've gotten the highlights. I haven't seen it. I just... Alright. Why are you not cooperating? So close. So very close. It was okay. You wouldn't watch it again? Fair enough. Watching shows again. I think the only time I've done that recently was last year when the 4th season of Stranger Things came out. I watched the first 3 seasons all the way through again. And probably when season 5 comes out, I'll watch all the seasons again. Come on. There we go. I'm trying to think. Like, there's many movies that I've watched over and over and over again. Like, once a year, I get Lord of the Rings out and go through all the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. So if I was going to pick a TV show to watch again, Breaking Bad was really good. It's another TV show I'd watch again. I don't know if I have a big selection of TV shows that I would watch again or Netflix shows or anything, just because I don't watch much now, so I would just end up watching it for the first time. Umbrella Academy is good. The Magicians, I don't even think I've heard of them. But like Lord of the Rings, we'll get the Harry Potter movies out and watch them all in a row. Okay, are we all lined up and ready to go here? Everything matching? Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so 2 of them we can connect to each other as they are right now. They're both on Netflix. Before I start connecting these, let's double check some sizing here. Yeah. Okay. Glad I just went with adding 2 rows. No, I think I watched, what I watched, Narcos? No, it wasn't Narcos. I did watch Narcos. But there was some, is it Mindhunter? Where they go and talk about serial killers? Like the FBI goes and profiles a bunch of serial killers. I heard there was another season of that coming out. I don't know if that's true. I don't think I put this in the right place. No, I did. Really? I didn't mean to take that whole ring out. Okay, so this is going to be a trick. I don't have enough room to turn this inside out, or do I? If I do, it might rip itself apart. There's a ring I got to place on the underside here. Let's do that first. Astrid, how you doing? Thank you for the follow. Evening, that mantle looks amazing. Let me put the whole thing on for you. Give you a little show. Okay, there. There. So we are weaving upside down right now. I get it. Voila, awesome. Okay. Take my glasses off. You want to turn? Should I turn? All right. There you go. All right. Yeah, it came out really nice. I've got a bunch of fancy stuff I added. Like the band around the head is Interwoven 4-in-1. The seams are all elf weave. The around the face is kinged, and then the seams along the shoulders and the one in the back are all elf weave. The edging is all elf weave, and this is all half Persian 4-in-1, just for decoration. Pimples. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Iam? Yeah, it's all stainless. I've got a little bit of brass for some color in these 3 loops here. But I'll give you a close-up. There is the Interwoven 4-in-1 band and the kinging of the rings around the face, right? There is the elf weave for the seams. And then, if you look closely, you can see the elf weave edging all the dags. My back is not liking me. So it turned out pretty well. Took a lot more material than I thought it would. I do have this band of color that goes all the way around where the alloy is different or something. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it and not worry about it. And I do wish that I had like some blackened stainless to do the edge work and the seams and everything. Just to highlight every, like all the detail, like the band across the top. I wish I could have done that in a different color. But also I didn't want to spend any more money on this project. And this was not a result of old rings laying around. I had some old rings laying around. I bought some more, but they were not the same size, as is the case with so many attempts to buy more rings for projects. So I used up the old rings I had, and then I had this pile of new rings. I was like, all right, well, I was making a coif. I want to add a coif to what is what? I wanted to add a coif to the armor I have down here in the basement that whenever we have people over, eventually someone tries some of it on, and then we take pictures of them, and it's fun. So that's all this is for. It might get worn to a Renaissance festival, but what am I working on? So I'm working on another Monkey Paw, but I'm using the Interwoven 4-in-1. I had a bunch of pieces of it laying around. They were a bracelet, but I didn't have enough to finish it, so I turned it into this. Yeah, this was like little rings of Interwoven 4-in-1. And I didn't like the way the bracelet looked. So I was going to try and order some more in the right ring size, and it's like, that didn't work out, so it's getting turned into something else, so it gets off of my desk. No, this one is right here. It's all intact. It's fine. Come on. And monkey paws are just a good way to use up rings that I have lying around. And it's like, okay, why are you using up your rings? You know, shouldn't you like have stock so you can make stuff in the future? And it's because the manufacturer that I ordered these rings from changed their sizing so that their rings were more true to size, which I don't blame them for. But it meant that I couldn't get matching rings for what I had on hand. in a lot of cases, right? So instead of like throwing all these away, I'm trying to get to a point where I have all these old rings used up, and then I will reinvest in new rings that I will keep on hand for when a commission arises or whatever. Also, these take up a lot of space, and it's like, all right, I need to use them for something to diminish this mess I've made. That's the hardest thing, having stuff on hand to sell versus stock to make stuff. Yeah. It's like you go and you work really hard and you make a bunch of items, and a lot of people come and look at your stuff and they're like, oh, I really like this. I really want one of these, but can you do it in pink? It's like, no, just buy that one. Just buy the one in front of you. Then you begrudgingly go, yeah, okay, I'll order some more pink rings. And you want to take care of your customers and you want to get the sale, but also you want to sell what you have. All right. What time is it? 9:05. Okay, I think we can finish this hour. We'll see. Oh, come on. Oh no. Excuse me. Should I just like wear this mantle around town? Like I won't wear it to work or anything, but if I go to the grocery store, should I just wear it around? Someone's gonna be like, why are you wearing that? That's dumb. And I'm wearing it because I'm cooler than you. Haha. And you can't prove you can make something if you don't have a bunch to show off. Yeah, exactly. So what would that be? It'd be like Schrodinger's... Schrodinger's custom work. Yeah. Crap. That was like the last ring I had to add onto here, and I just lost it. I will find it, but it's like you gotta look at each and every... Where did you go? Unless it like slipped and I perfectly closed that ring. That's happened. There it is. I found it. I did not close that ring at all. I want to flip this around. There we go. That's why I like these. As scared as I am of that point slipping, right? They're good for getting into tight spaces. Oh, my dog is dying. Oh, there we go. Any excuse to wear chainmail is a good one. Yes, be the guy that regularly wears chainmail around town. I should. Come on. come on. Goodness. All right. Okay, in through there, up through there. Nope. Okay. Hang on, had it backwards. There we go. Is that? No. Did I weave the other one wrong? Hang on. I sure did, didn't I? It'll tell you if it doesn't go there because it won't fit. All right. It's like I'm already the guy that rides around town with a motorcycle vest covered in chainmail. That should be it. But I suppose going to the grocery store is a lot different than riding your motorcycle around. What are these pliers? These are the new Xeron Plus pliers from Xeron Plus. I have been working with them for about 3 months now. And I'm not an affiliate. I'm not associated with them in any way. But yeah, these are Xeron 483 blunt nose. And they've got the black padding on them. They're very comfortable. I'm told that for people with smaller hands, the blue handled ones are better. Yeah. Make sure this is still going to fit. Come on. Yeah. There we go. I think, okay, so this is a little different shaped. Okay, I didn't have, I would have liked to do one more row on this. I don't have the ring, so it's just going to end up being kind of odd shaped, right? Another row would have fixed that. But this is just going to have to be the way it is because I don't have any more rings. But I have enough rings to do this, right? But if I had added another row to each band, it would have looked a little better. But this is fine. It's just, you know, it's just different. It's just a little different. It's, you know, we're not going to make fun of it. Thoughts on the handles? I like the handles. They fit my hands. You wish they had better pads than the blue ones? Yeah, they're, you know, tough and not comfortable. These are squishier, But just the shape fits my hand better. So I like them. I think they're a good improvement. But like all things, it's, you know, to each their own. I just like the fact that we have a tool supplier who pays attention to the needs of chainmail artists. You know? It's like, because they're a long way away from these. You know what I mean? Like, they're massive improvement. There are a bunch of different other plier brands that I've never tried. It's like, that's one of the things I want to do is test out other different kinds of pliers that people use and see, you know, give, you know, opinions on them, provide people with information. That's a ways off, but I can get it done at some point. Oh, come on. I have a whole list of pliers to try. Right? But so far, I've only ever used Zurons and Webers. Lindstroms, I've seen people use them. I've never used them myself. And then there's a couple other, there's a brand that begins with a T. I don't remember them. Tronics? I think it's Tronics. So I've never tried those either. It's one of those things that you invest in a good set of pliers and you can get years of work out of them. So 30, 40 bucks might seem like a lot for a small pair of pliers, but also, you know, what is the price you're willing to pay for comfort while you're working on cool projects? Excuse me. I can't complain too much. I've gotten lucky. Like, these were the demo version that were sent out to a few people. So getting my hands on those was cool. But the wubbers are pretty good. I like the longer handles on the wubbers. Right? I wish that the wubbers had more padding, because after using these for a long period of time, like, these feel way too small. So, oh, what I do. Alright, one more ring on this one, then we'll have 2 done. Then we get to finagle around with, this is the fun part. Okay. Going to try and attach this, third band while it's on the ball bearing. There's not really an easier... Oh, you know what I might do? Might take that last ring out. Try it this way. It's like, after working with these pliers for a long time, all these pliers with the skinnier handles, it's like, ew. I don't like that at all. Oh, damn it. Little Beetlon pair has been holding on for 14 years. Nice. Beetlon. There's a brand I've never heard of. It's like, I have like some really... These are tiny pliers, right? These would be a whole lot better if the nose wasn't trash and if the handles were twice as long. It's like, just because you're working on really small things doesn't mean that you don't have to have handles that fit your hand, okay? Someone tell that to plier manufacturers. Let them know. I think I got that from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something. Come on. There we go. Alright, it's through. See if we can close this up. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's 2. Alright, they are your offhand pair. You do need to upgrade them soon. There you go. Okay, that's on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Try that again. Who's there? What's up? What are you doing?
Checking on the laundry.
You scared me.
I did?
Yeah.
Didn't mean to.
Thought I was being robbed.
So you'll help Mikey solder his guitar?
Yeah, I can help him. It's not hard.
He asked for a soldering iron for Christmas, and I was like, what do you need a soldering iron for?
Right.
He said, I want to add more whatever to his guitar. And I was like, you know, Uncle Sean has one. You just ask him to help you. He'll do it for you and show you how. Oh, okay. Like, you don't have to get a whole soldering iron at 13.
Well, he can have a soldering iron at 13. It's just, you know, you don't get it as a Christmas present. You go and buy it as a part of your tool set.
Right. But he just wants it for one project.
Right.
That's my whole thing. Like, if he wanted to get into soldering stuff, different.
Wood burning and whatnot?
He just wants to add something to his guitar.
Okay.
That was the difference. So,
Alright, well, I'm on the last band here to add. Okay. So, that's what we got going on. My nephew, I don't know if you guys heard that conversation, wants to add some pickups to his guitar. And he needs a soldering iron. So, he helped me demolish my mother-in-law's porch deck. Alright, so one thing I'm concerned about now looking at this is I'm going to get this on here. It should be decently tight. I don't know how much this is going to slide over. Right? I suppose it probably can't come too far out of place. But I do wish I had made these bands a little wider. One more row wider. That would have been like perfect. But I don't have the rings for it, and this uses up the rings, so we're going to call it a day. This will play nicely. I don't know if anyone was tracking the time of how long it took to connect those first two. Right? Not too long, right? Couple of minutes. It's 9:30 now. We might use up every bit of time that we have left tonight, and then some, to get this all put together. There is no room. Alright, it'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be fun and fine, and we will get this done. Okay.